Alright, y'all, so we have the box here in front of us. Phoenix Automotive's Android 9 tablet. It's the PS6 model. We're going to install this in our truck today. Let's unbox it. Okay, smells fresh, smells good. I think this is our head unit here. Let's put that off to the side. Got a disc, the Wi-Fi piece. Oh, this is for the diagnostics for the vehicle. Something we'll figure that out later. Backup camera. Okay, yeah, be nice to have a backup camera. Alright, okay, let's keep going. Looks to be a speaker, probably connects to the head unit. Okay, probably pieces for the sink here at the bottom. Not quite sure for this piece quite yet. We'll figure that out. Okay, it's the remainder of all the cords and cables. Couple pair of screws. Alright, and that is it. That is the unboxing experience for the Phoenix PX6 F-150 Tesla style head unit. Let me close this box here. Alright, let's look at the head. Okay, we're going to unbag the head unit here. Oh, that's pretty. As you can see, 12.1 inch tablet, Android tablet display. Looks just like you know, a Tesla screen. It's gonna be pretty nice to have inside the truck, I admit. You know, it's pretty basic even for the my model year. So this is gonna be pretty nice. It looks like a pretty simple setup here. So we're going, the next step you'll see us, we're gonna be in the truck. We gotta take out the current head unit and look at the wiring and see what we need to do next. But it looks like a pretty straightforward install. Probably as close to plug and play as you can get with something like this. So I'm pretty excited. I hope you are. Next step, install. Hey fam, almost forgot. The first step, you got to undo the battery. So we're going to undo the black, then we're going to undo the red completely. Just take off the battery from the cars. We don't want to be messing with live wires or accidentally set off the airbags. Probably not fun, especially in this model. So we're taking off that airbag plate here in a second. So first step is you're going to want to get a ratchet, 8mm ratchet here. 8mm ratchet. We're going to undo this screw here. Likewise, we're going to undo the same one on the red. Don't judge my battery. I need a fresh one. We'll get to that in another video. All right. Bye. Alright fam, I'm back. Listen, if you have this same trouble I just did with this battery, you know, you only have to loosen this up and then you just gotta try to really wiggle it out. You might want to use a little pry tool or something just to kind of pry it out gently. You see my battery's pretty old. It's actually still the original factory battery from 2013. You see I have a lot of corrosion in here. I really had to work this one out. So if you have the same issue I have, just take off the 10mm nuts on 1, 2, 3 here to take off the individual pieces, and then take a little pry tool and really try to wedge it in here gently, try to work it, move it around, try to wiggle it out. Because if you have as much corrosion on your battery as I did, you're going to have the same problem here. I'm going to clean this up before I put it back on, but you know, I just want y'all to be aware. You might run into the same issue if you have the same factory parts. You should do what I suggest, and just if it starts looking like this, it's just better off. You want to just replace this whole thing. Go to the Ford dealer and just get a whole new piece like I'm going to. I'm gonna replace both of these actually with some fresh terminals, and I'll check my battery. If my battery's still good, I'm gonna go until this thing dies. But these terminals are looking pretty corroded at this point. And I just cleaned these a couple of weeks ago too, so FYI. Alright, we're gonna move on to the inside here in a second. Alright, y'all, so we are in the truck. That's what my current head unit looks like. We're getting ready to take that out and disassemble it. The first step is we gotta pull the glove box down. It's pretty easy. All you have to do, you see, is pull this out. Sorry, I'm doing this one-handed. Pull this out down, and then there's 3 or 4 screws up under here that we got undo. Those right there. So we're gonna undo. There we go. We're gonna undo these here. 1, 2, and 3. I'm gonna undo those, and then we should be able to pop this out here. This piece will pop out, and then we'll be able to start undoing the head unit here. So I'm going to start on that now, and then when I come back, you'll see that you'll see this out, and we'll start working on disassembling this. All right, see you in a second. Alright, y'all, we back. So we're pretty much done at this point. I want to walk you through some of the things I found when I was doing the install here. Now, I gotta say, the install on this is probably going to be 3 out of 5 wrenches. Now, there's no instruction book here, but it's actually really pretty much as close to plug and play as you get. There's only one thing here in the head unit you're going to have to either solder or put together, and that is going to be the reverse camera. Okay, now you will use your existing head unit. Okay, now you're not going to be able to use the CD player anymore. That's done, because the screen is going to cover that. This stays in place. This is going to be that screen that you were accustomed to seeing previously. That's going to be covered up too, but don't worry, it's pretty much not going to say anything. On the back side of the head unit, you'll see all the wires here. Now, the existing wire connection that they supply will connect to the back of the head unit. Okay, so don't forget, I made the first mistake on the first day. I thought we were no longer using the head unit. You still are going to use the head unit, so everything stays connected into the head unit. Okay, so that's pretty simple. I'm sliding that back in place. Sorry, y'all, I'm doing this one-handed. Okay, so up under here you have so this wire here, I know it's just a black wire, but that's actually the GPS. Now, I routed the GPS right above this AC, and up under the dash here, it's right here. It's the GPS unit. You'll see it when you get it. I've already put a little double-sided sticky tape and attached it here, so that's clear signal to the GPS. Okay, so that will get installed there. You're just going to route it through the back side here above this and through the back of the instrument cluster. All right, and then other than that, the backup camera. That's the only other piece here that is not plug and play. Okay, so here with the Phoenix Automotive setup, let me dig it out. Sorry, y'all. Alright, so with the Phoenix Automotive setup, the green is the backup camera. It doesn't say it. It says something else. It says CCD CVBS. Okay, I only learned this through experimentation, but that is the backup camera. You're going to hook that up to the yellow, and then you're going to connect the red wire to the wire that's marked reverse. It's an orange wire marked reverse, and you can see the cap here that I did when I put those two together and put some electrical tape on them. Okay, that is the reverse camera. Now the way I did the reverse camera, I'm gonna clean this up here at the end, is I routed the reverse camera. Here's the wire right here. I made it so you can see it. So I put it up under the carpet, and then I ran it down, and then up under here there's a hole. I mean, there's a hole in your body, in the body of the truck, right here. Okay, it's just a piece of tape over it. You're gonna just poke a hole through it and run the wire through that hole, and then we're gonna get up under the truck here. Ugh. All right, so you can see the hole. All right, so you can see the hole there where I poked the hole through and put the wire in, and then I am going to attach this wire to this existing harness and make sure I attach it all the way down the truck, all the way down. I've already done most of it. I just need to come back through and finish taping it back, and then I'm gonna put a zip tie on top of that. Okay, now let's go to the back of the truck. Okay, so in the back of the truck, ultimately you're going to get back here, and I'm not finished quite yet, but the blue wire is your positive, the black wire is your neutral negative. Now you'll see there's 3 wires running to this one here, 1 wire running to this one. This white wire is an extension wire because the wire they give you is not long enough. Okay, now let me show you that. But essentially you put these 3 wires together and this wire together. That's it. All right, then you're gonna solder it, put it back together. Okay, so now back here is where I had to get a wire extension, because so the black and the red are the power, the yellows are the visual. Okay, so on the visual needs power, but obviously there's no power down here. So I had to route this wire. I had to route this wire up through there, through that existing hole, and then route it to there. Okay, because this obviously, this little 3-inch or 4-inch wire isn't going to make the cut. All right, now this one, the power is plenty. The power is plenty long enough. I had to pull them apart. Right, you're going to get them, and you're going to have to pull them apart here. So you'll be able to do all this, and then we're going to neatly tuck all this up in here with some electrical tape and zip ties, so it's out of the way from the elements. Okay, now the last part I'm going to show you is the actual camera itself. So this is the backup camera I installed. Yeah, I did a shitty job cutting it, but I'm going to replace this bumper anyway. One thing to note, this would have been ideal if it was a round backup camera, because square cutouts are difficult to do precisely. But if this was a round cutout, this would have looked really nice. So maybe a note for the manufacturer. They should ship a round backup camera, because circular cutouts are usually much easier to perform. But my bumper, I'm going to replace it anyway. But that's what it looks like there. The quality of the video is pretty good, but like I said, it's just difficult to cut a square circle. I mean, a square cutout. So that's what it looks like. I'm sure yours will look better than mine, but I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna replace this bumper anyway, and then I'll grapple with that then. But this will work for the meantime. I pretty much just screwed it in to the plastic here. So there's a little lip that it comes with, and I just put that lip here, and then I reached in from underneath. It's a little tight with the backup spare tire, but you should be able to manage it with a long drill bit. And yep, that's how I did. I just put it right into the plastic with a couple of drill screws, wood screws, I believe is what I used. Short ones, maybe ½ inch, quarter inch, something like that. Put it right into the plastic, and it seems to be pretty sturdy. It ain't going anywhere, so that's how I did it. Here we go, just a simple pan up. You can see the RGB lighting on the controls when you put your headlights on. It's really nice at night. Just not a beautiful pan up. Okay, here we go. So it's installed. I'm about to cut it on. I just turned the keys. All right, you saw that it was about 3 or 4 seconds there before the initial boot up. And here go, just I'm panning the finished product just up and down here. You see I got the cords coming out of that utility bin. I'll talk about that more later. I thought that install was a little better. I'll tell you how I did it in the summary video. Yeah, then you can just tuck them out of the way that way. Easier to get to. You see the original sink is there. It's a pan up. It's just a beautiful 12.1 inch display. Gotta love it. Just, all right, we're cutting on the Navi. Loads up pretty quickly, as you can see. Yep. Yeah, that's based off my home Wi-Fi, so that's pretty quick, actually, for this unit. Yeah, mind you, remember it functions off of your internet connection. Just that's what the Bluetooth looks like. Not quite sure if I can change that car to a truck, but it does show you that the doors are open when they're open. Here we go. Here is the console look, and now I've switched it into reverse so you can see how the reverse camera works. Clear video. So stay tuned for more in the review video. Thanks so much, everybody. Bye.